everybody. All right, y'all, we're gonna tap into this channel message, and then we are gonna tap into $20 mini reads. If you would like to be put on a list, just let me know, okay? All right, we're gonna light the incense and burn the first stick of Palo Santo. Ooh, we. Mm. If you guys would like to purchase a $20 mini read, just let me know, okay? And I'll put you on the list. Uh, and send over your payment to Cash App, PayPal. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, y'all. We're going to get this incense lit. Cleanse the energy. Beloved ancestor, spirit guides to the Most High God, I call on Archangel Michael for protection for myself and everybody coming in the chat. Anybody sending anything physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, please block and blind them. I call back our energy and send theirs back with full forgiveness in all forms to the universe at this time. Thank you, thank you, thank you to the Most High God. All right, y'all. I'm going to give everybody a chance to hop in here, okay? Y'all, I changed out the cards, okay? So we got fresh decks of cards here. Cleansing. And tell me why, y'all, I swapped it out and I got 9 decks here, okay? So the year 9 is going to be very significant endings, okay? All right, I'll be right back. Okay. How's everybody's Thursday going? It's raining. Oh, so yeah, we got change. Yeah, change is coming through. Abrupt changes, okay? All right, let's tap in. Using my ancestor deck here. Okay, that card don't belong in there. Ooh, scared vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Okay? Alright, beloved, give me some messages here. Yeah, we got Earth Mother. Feel loved and it's really just tapping into yourself, right? With that Mother Gaia energy. You could be seeing butterflies here. Or you could have butterflies tattooed. That could be very, very significant. Yeah, feeling love and comfort by your beloved ancestors here. Taking charge with authority. Hey, babies. Welcome, welcome. Heart guardian. Love and let yourself be loved. Because whatever was going on here, your spirit team seeing um, how somebody was trying to just turn you like really, really cold and into the monster that they are, right? And you shut this shit down here. Yeah, wintertime. Take care of your needs. And that's what you had to learn was taking care of your needs here. And then you got Hunter. Track down your fears and desires. Wise one. Grow within your current situation. Mm-hmm. Tell me about this energy, your spirit. Stag. Trust and thrive. Mm-hmm. Y'all, give me just 1 second. I need to cleanse this energy out, okay? Because, yeah, trader, okay? Exchange energy to create abundance. And that's what spirit needs you to do is really focus on what you're doing, okay? Okay. Y'all, I'm going to hit the singing bowl, okay? Okay, somebody has lost their whole spiritual protection here. Somebody else's beloved ancestors could be sitting at the table with your elders right now. Okay, and really, really taking heed to the situation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, your spiritual hygiene is really important right now. Cleansing, blocking, um, opening the doors, the windows if you can, cleansing your house out, moving the furniture around, moving the energy around, and just keeping things cleansed, right? In your own space. Yeah, change, Uranus. Community, 11th house. So a lot of changes in a lot of communities right now. Yeah, Leo, shine. I feel like that's this could be a Leo beloved ancestor that's shining light on something here and in communities, okay? And then you got Mars is active motion. This is the planet of war, okay? Things like this, the moon perspective. Everything that was hidden behind the moon, Mars is coming through here. Uranus is coming through. Okay, a lot of these planets, like we've been talking about, has not been active for a very long time. Yeah, clarity coming through here. Gemini. Mm-hmm. That Gemini full moon. Remember, I was talking about how chatty it was and what was going on. A lot of things come to light. Y'all have never seen a full moon be that potent and so much exposure, right? You would have thought the Scorpio full moon would have brought a lot of exposure, but this full moon in Gemini that just passed was really, really serious. Okay, now you got the new moon in Sagittarius is coming up, closing out cycles, journey, progression. Stay on your journey and mind your business. Because somebody here don't want to heal, and that's not your business. Somebody is sitting in a discomfort energy as well. Yeah, nurture yourself. All right, y'all. Let's jump into the tarot and see what we got here. 8 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, walking away. And somebody's trying to blind everybody, but that's not working because you're not getting no bad news here. Yeah, they're getting some bad news here. The winter time. Yeah, love, I do. Somebody's stuck in the 7 of Pentacles energy. 2 of Cups in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you can go over there to the About Me section. And if you would like a personal reading, I'm open today. I do 30-minute readings, hour readings, and Reiki sessions. King of Wands. Tell me about this King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles here. What's going on with this relationship? Judgment. You're welcome, Peaches. Yeah, I got you, baby. It's the Star card. There's some healing here that's gonna happen once this dynamic breaks up. Whoever this Queen of Pentacles is, King of Wands, they've been really attacking somebody here behind the scenes here. Okay, yeah, the devil's in the details, and they've been lying. And there is an investigator that knows what they've been doing online as well. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, trying to get some type of money. 9 of Pentacles, and then you got the Emperor. That's the officials and the courts, the Hierophant. Yeah, they could be playing victim to try to keep something in their world from ending here. Okay. Yeah, because see, they took some type of offer in the past here. What was this offer about, Spirit, that somebody took in the past? This Queen of Pentacles in reverse and King of Wands in reverse. This could be somebody from your childhood here, and you 5 of Swords this situation and walked away. What was this offer about? To keep you in this 10 of Wands energy. Keep causing burdens, okay? They could have been helping the King of Cups in reverse here as well. There could be 3 people here that was paid to come in and do something here. Yeah, because they was trying to get that 9 of Pentacles. Somebody's payments could have stopped, and now they're upset. They're in despair. They can't pay their bills. Something's happening here. Why do I feel like this Queen of Pentacles, King of Cups here in reverse was working together with this King of Wands, and the King of Wands abandoned them? And now these 2 people is left out in the cold here, and this King of Wands is seeing the error of their ways and dropping these burdens and working on their money and trying to get away from these 2 evil individuals. This King of Wands could be a Leo. Thank you, Spirit. This Leo masculine here figured out what this Queen of Pentacles and King of Cups in reverse was doing over here. What was somebody doing, Spirit? Hey, hey. This was a volatile energy too. And now somebody's reflecting during this winter season here, like, hold on, wait a minute. I didn't, y'all remember how we said there's certain people that was sitting at certain tables and didn't know like what was really going on? I feel like that's what was going on with this King of Wands, this Leo energy. This masculine energy didn't have no clue what this Queen of Pentacles and this King of Cups was doing behind the scenes here. Hey y'all, also listen, when I post my videos, everybody's clicking on it at once. So like if you can't hear it, go back out and click back in, okay? Just FYI, that'll help you. And you should be able to hear it then. But while everybody's rushing in to do it at once, it takes, you can't hear it. That could be very significant. Somebody wasn't hearing something clearly here, and they had to step back, like I said, and reflect here. Because this was some volatile-ass energy here, okay? Shapeshifters. Somebody ain't got no strength. Their movement has been stopped. Hey, hey. Yeah. Somebody done some kind of ceremony here on that full moon and it ended them. Yeah. What did I say about that Gemini full moon? Perspective. Honey, somebody changed their perspective about something here. Somebody got some fire lit up under their ass too. Like I said, there was something about that Gemini full moon that was very, very potent. And people, places, and things did not understand whatever you did there. It was gonna be exposed. But also, y'all, we've been talking about the Neptune coming out of retrograde, all right, and going into 2026. That's ancestral contracts ending, okay? So this is like your beloved ancestors coming in and handing you this wrapped up gift of exposure for all these people. Right, and then you got the new ones coming in, the older elders that's been sitting at the table all year watching. They've been watching something here. Because y'all know how we was talking about the swapping out the beloved ancestors. It's going to be very, very significant. So there were some beloved ancestors swapped out here, and they don't give no warnings. They just come in and start, dropping gems and dropping towers. And 2026 is going to be very significant because that's why I was talking about my other readings is in 2026, Capricorn year, these people are going to be in the courthouse. Okay? Warrants are being sent out. Shit's being wrapped up. Okay? Spiritually and physically. And a lot of this is manifesting on the physical, though. And that's where these people thought they was invincible and their resources was going to help them, and their resources are being arrested as well because of what was going on. And if you've been dealing with some kind of online bullshit, I'm telling you, online investigators is on top of this. But y'all, they just have to get enough evidence to come in to get that arrest warrant. So it's like, how long has somebody been bullying you? How long somebody been doing something here? And then with this chatty full moon and Gemini coming out, you are about to find out you wasn't the only person that was doing this to. Yeah. Yeah, see? Look, fire lit up under their ass. What'd I say? Man, I can't make this shit up. Activation. Something about that full moon activated some shit and they didn't know. Listen now. DNA, Big Daddy Karma coming through here, and it's like, whoa. And then also the Sagittarius and Jupiter is very, very important as well, okay? Power. Who was trying to snatch your power? That's another thing. Because, see, the veil has been lifted from all this fog gas energy. right? They're trying to keep everybody see because Neptune, whenever it was retrograde, it was like a whole bunch of confusion, right? And it's like now we come up out of there and the fog is cleared and everybody's seeing things very clearly. And like I said, I need y'all to pay attention to the weather, okay? There was a whole levee that broke. Mm-hmm. That's what's up. I'm proud of you. Very, very proud of you. Your health is your wealth. You got to remember that, right? And somebody don't understand. You got the secret sauce here. You know certain things. I ain't dealing with your stress, they stress, and then nothing else. I'm gonna focus on my health and my wills and stay out of the way, right? And being very, very disciplined and your obedience right now. So whatever new spirit team that is sitting at the table, oh, they're monitoring and they're grading you and they're seeing how you are very focused and you're doing what you're supposed to do, right? Also, I'm hearing you're being very, very careful of your thoughts and what you're sending out, right? It's very, very important. You could work with the fairies. You could be a shaman, okay? Um, Creation. They see that you're focused on your creation and understanding your assignment. Yeah, this is some very, very strict ass beloved ancestors that sitting at this table. Uh-huh. Because you're walking right into your new beginnings collective. And your beloved ancestors are saying, release that shit. Yeah, follow your instincts, synergy. And see, this is the thing, y'all. 2026, you're going to be focused more on your energy and where you're applying it. What are you focused on here and what is growing? That's what we need to be focused on, right? And a lot of us has already been in that energy. And it's like we see what we've been focused on and what's been growing for us. And other people is seeing a negative impact because they've been over here focused on this over here. And their beloved ancestors trying to get their attention here. Because don't get it twisted. If your beloved ancestors will chastise somebody else, they gonna chastise your ass too, right? And you know this collective. I always talk about mine. I'm like, okay, I don't know who just sat down at the table, but they ain't playing around. Cause I know the ones that I had before that didn't play around, but whoever they got sitting over here, some of them could be unknown beloved ancestors you never met. You don't even know nothing about. It could be from your mom's side or your dad's side of the family. And child, they coming in and whooping ass and taking names later, okay? Like I said, no more warnings. That's over with. And something about the winter is going to be very, very significant. Because somebody thinks that it's cute to keep hiding shit from you. And whoever this masculine, beloved ancestor is, don't like somebody. Oh, in that last reading, I said it could be a Leo masculine. Okay. And somebody sitting here and they're like, "What? So you think he's gonna keep on playing around?" If you're having issues remembering your dreams, make you a little bag of mugwort, um, herbs, and slide it under your pillow. That'll help you remember your dreams. They'll be very, very clear. If you need to cleanse your throat chakra, the spirit saying chamomile and lavender tea is going to be really, really good. Mugwort. It's a herb that you can put up under your pillow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this could have been something that your beloved ancestors used. You could be coming from like a shaman background, like I said, or the fairies. They utilize herbs, and they need you to tap into this. You're welcome, love. Dragonfly. I'm telling you, something about your crown chakra is like activating something serious. I was saying earlier that you could be really tapping into more gifts, and it's y'all. It's to the point where it's like, hey, I already showed you. What are you doing? Come on. You see what I'm saying? Like it. You cannot dismiss it. It's that strong. Okay. I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but you need to pay attention to whatever your spirit team is showing you. Cause it ain't no fake, it ain't no facade, it ain't no lie. They keep they're it's almost like I'm tapping into somebody here. They're sick of showing you shit. Cause you're not listening. You're not getting it. You just keep on doing this and doing this and doing this. They need you to sit your ass down and pay attention. If spirits got you sitting down right now, which is most of the world, okay? For all my people that has something's happened with your job. Sit the fuck down. Spirit is trying to show you something way more than you paying attention, right? There is going to be certain signs and synchronicities here. It's about to be a blessing in disguise that you don't work at that job, you don't work at that place, you don't work for those people no more. You left that relationship, you left that place. You're gonna start seeing so many things, and it's about to be like, hold up, what's going on? All right, let's look at the flooding. If you travel for work, y'all see y'all the levee broke over there in Washington and hit Oregon and a couple other places. What if you was meant to like not go there and something ended with like a travel contract? Okay, pay attention. Class in session today. Everything got wiped the fuck out. Everything is up underwater now. Okay, but you were supposed to go there, but then something ended, and now you sitting over here and you're angry, you're mad. Okay, like yeah. Cause ain't nobody, y'all not paying attention. Everybody's you're so focused on the material things, and them people lost everything. But they was warned to get the fuck up out of there. Y'all, I watched the old man last week. Y'all, I'm telling y'all something, and it's so crazy because that man prophesied what just happened in Washington. He said, get off the West Coast. He said, get off the coast. If you live on the coast, all the way around the United States, move. He said it's going to be flooded out. Look what just happened on the 16th of December. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It ain't no coincidence. And that man prophesied that. He said pay attention. And I've been saying pay attention to the weather. What's going on? Is your spirit team telling you to move? Quit worrying about this and worrying about that. I can't get this out. I can't take this with me. Leave that shit behind, because guess what? Once all this water hits, you better hope you're gonna be able to get you and your family out of there. More or less, your jet skis and boats and cars and everything. You better hope you fucking got a car to get the fuck out of there in. See, that's what I'm saying. Everybody in the Matrix is so focused on this over here. You need to be focusing on some shit. Mm-hmm. Yep. See, look, you had a dream about the floods and the planes crashing. You see what that was spirit already showing you what was going on. And now all this shit's happening. The planes are just dropping out of the sky. I mean, listen, y'all. And I feel like whatever beloved ancestors was sitting at the table, this is like their going away gift. It's like a major towers everywhere. Boom, 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 boom. And last night, me and my husband, after I seen this about Washington and what was going on, right? I looked at him and I said, Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pay attention, class in session. I said, wasn't everybody saying in their Bible they follow that God wasn't gonna destroy the world with water again? Who wrote that? Because right now somebody's choking on their words. Y'all, the levee broke. All these floods is happening, destroying people's lives. I'm just saying. Listen now. Yeah. Yes. Y'all, I'm telling you, these beloved ancestors is rising. They're not messing around. That's like the plantations catching on fire. That freed the beloved ancestors in certain places. Y'all, they can say what they want to. This is spiritual warfare, and you're watching it happen now physically. So it's like, how are you going to explain that? You've been telling these people this whole time that the world was never going to be flooded again. They was never going to be taken out by water, but you're watching it. Ah, okay. I'm just saying. Don't believe everything that you reading. And then it was so crazy because they was like, where's the people to come help? Yeah, some people can't even show their faces because they said this wasn't gonna happen, that wasn't gonna happen, this right here, and this and this and this. Y'all, whenever that I watched that man say that, like I felt that shit deep in my soul. I was like, he's telling the truth. And then December the 16th that happened, I was like, wow. Like, I'm telling you. Yeah. Something about them trying to orchestrate, cause illusions and shit like this. Some of these beloved ancestors are rising up and saying, no, the fuck you not. We're going to show you what's going on here. Oh, you said this wasn't going to happen? Well, okay. Now this is happening. I heard stop lying because y'all already know what was going to happen because you orchestrated it. People are orchestrating things and it is out of control. The Most High God is standing up and he's like, don't be telling people what I'm going to do. What do you mean? Hey, hey. Is this God's way of saying, don't be trying to predict what I say or what I'm going to do? But see, it's been a book of secrets for control the whole time. Mm-hmm. And look, if y'all notice, y'all remember, okay, I don't know how many of y'all was coming to my lives, but I had a man come in here and tell me, oh, this is what the Bible said. I said, well, how many books of the Bible is there? Look at all the books. And what different types of stories is this? You see what I'm saying? And it's like, so y'all put this story out there and you had everybody believe in this, but now their eyes is seeing that you deceived them. So it's like, oh shit. All them different books told a different fucking story. So now it's like people are sitting in confusion and they're sitting here and they're saying, what the hell is going on here? Your discernment. You need to be paying attention to your discernment. Yeah. Because these rats, and it's been fishy situations completely, trying to keep everybody trapped in, okay? And it's like, no, it's keeping your foundation in reverse. Start using your discernment. Start paying attention. When something ain't right, Spirit tells you, but then your body's going to feel it. That frequency, your body going to tell you what's going on. So what was going on? I would love to have an interview with somebody in Washington that was a part of that flood to tell me what happened the days coming to that levee breaking. What was they feeling? Because you know it had to be some type of they was feeling something. Something went right. Exactly. Because we need to keep changing up the narrative. We need to keep, it's a controlling mechanism, right? You see what I'm saying? And it's like, man, y'all done misguided these people, lied to them, and things like this. And now they're sitting over here and they really counted on this. What you told them this whole time. Now their whole lives are being uprooted, destroyed. Yeah, See, they can't be sneaky no more. Bridges is being burnt. Like, yeah. Spirit coming in and cracking the whip, y'all. This is something serious. Cause see, I feel like this is a bigger you remember how I was saying you just scratched the surface on the situation with people, places, and things. It's a lot bigger, right? And it's like, oh, okay, now spirit coming through and cutting the grass down, and the snakes and the fox and the rats can't hide anymore, right? Foundations are falling. Divine timing is here. Okay. People's masks are coming off. I seen something about somebody said the other day, that divine timing is bullshit. Oh, is it? Because I know I have watched divine timing play out and really, really reach out and touch some folks. I'm just saying. Call it what you want to. But when I've seen certain things with my own eyes, I'm like, shit. Okay. Ending cycles. And do y'all see that water there? I cannot make this shit up. I cannot make this shit up. High priestess. I was just saying something about the water. Somebody went to the water, fucking with the water spirits, and now the water spirits is pissed off about something. Okay? And it's like, what just happened here? Because they ready, they're here. Y'all, some of these people so confused and lost in the matrix. And y'all, some planted, okay? They're plants. They come in to plant certain seeds with all the books, okay? For a control mechanism, right? We got to plant the seeds. And these people has planted bad seeds, and now they're sitting here eating their words with the fake ass books that they put out and different things like this. Why do y'all think that they took certain books out of the library? They don't want your kids reading them. Why do you think the history books? Let's go back to that, right? They don't talk about certain things in history. Because then your ass going to be smart enough to put two and two together and be like, oh, okay, so all that was connected. Yeah, it's all been connected. They do not want you to have growth. They do not want you to have patience. They do not want you to be successful. They do not want you to get the spiritual knowledge. They do not want your body to be balanced out and for you to know of what's going on here. They don't want you sharing your gift and tapping into your intuition. You don't think these people don't know about frequencies? Child, listen, they've been testing this shit for years. They know. They just didn't want the collective to know. So this is collective consciousness rising, and see, everybody's starting to understand how powerful your words are. We've literally brought all of this up, bubbling to the scene. Okay, we want our justice. Stop lying to people. Tell them the truth. Things like this, and you keep speaking this every single day, right? I want justice. I want this to happen. I want that to happen. So we've been speaking things into existence, right? We want peace. Y'all, yesterday, the monks was walking for peace. Duality. I just got cold chills. That speaks volumes whenever you see the monks getting together and walking for peace. Mm-hmm. 777. That's like y'all where I'm from. They was attacking a certain culture of people, and everybody come down there to protest and to be there for that certain group of people. And that's how it should be. You should not be judged because of your culture, where you come from, or anything like this, right? And it was like everybody come down there to be there with them people. You know what I'm saying? That's how it should be. I don't care if you're black, white, green, Spanish, African American, Cuban, whatever, right? Native American. That's the thing. And it's like we all need to come together and stand up, and see that's what's starting to happen is everybody is getting tired of the whole divide. Like, why do we have to divide? Why can't we come together? Hmm. Everybody just wants to be at peace. They want to be able to have a job or build their business and make sure their kids are going to a safe place at school. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like this. Like nothing is safe anymore. And that's the thing. Just like I was talking about this story with the digital footprint and these predators and stuff like this. Oh, just making my crown chakra just tingle. Nothing is safe anymore. We live in a very, very evil, type of environments, right? And it's like we need to end this shit. And these beloved ancestors sitting here saying, this is not how this is supposed to go. What's going on here? Yeah. Look, something about the dream state. That's why I said something about if you're not remembering your dreams, get you some mugwort, put it up under your pillow. Put it in a little bag, okay? Yeah. Stay in focus. Because, see, they don't want people to take adventures. They don't want you to know about certain cultures and everything else. That's why, y'all, I'm always, I'm very, very intrigued, and I want to know about other people's cultures and how they live and what they believe in. I find it very, very interesting, right? That's why over here in the spiritual community, we don't judge, right? But as I say that, they want us to keep quiet because they want you to focus on this over here. Yeah, they want you to focus on this false ass books here that they keep changing up. And now the beloved ancestors coming through here and saying that's all trash. Okay, this ain't what this is. We're gonna come in and we're gonna handle this, and it is what it is. Cause see, y'all, that's the thing. You can control a lot of things, but you can't control the spiritual realm. You can't control the spirits that's passed on. You can't control what's going on. And I feel like there's a group of people that's very, very upset about this. You can control a lot of things, but what you cannot control is the spiritual realm and how they handle things. So they want to control how you see it. That's why they ask is being haunted. Okay. That's why they'll tell you, oh, you can't see this, you can't see that, you can't do this, you can't do that. When they're dead, they're dead. Okay, I'm gonna let you believe that. Excuse me. Because we was at my mom and dad's house, and they was watching something, and paranormal activity. And I was laughing, and I said, yeah, I said, it's always the ones that don't believe that they'll make a believer out of them. And I feel like, y'all, that's what's happening right now. Because somebody has this thought process. Oh, when they die, they're just gone. No, baby, that spirit's still here. It depends on the circumstances. How did that person pass? Did you steal from that person? That's why I said something about this beloved ancestors that are coming through. They stole an inheritance and kept something here. And this grandfather, stepfather, father figure, whatever, granddaddy, whoever, he's pissed. And he's like, nah, get your thieving ass back here. Come on, let's go. You see what I'm saying? He's like, nah, that was my hard-earned money. That was the time that I put in. You see what I'm saying? And somebody don't understand. This man does not give warnings. He takes action. That's it, right? So it's like if somebody stole something that he gave you, and this could even be your spiritual gifts. He was very gifted. He passed it down to you, and somebody's trying to block this. Oh, somebody getting their ass tore up. They getting rocked. Okay? That's why I said they coming in, cutting the necks. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's why I be saying, listen, y'all play with these passed on elders. Ah, okay. Gone. And then if you had something to do with what, like how they crossed over, man, listen, y'all, I would not want to be y'all. That's why I be saying, y'all need to stop playing with this spiritual stuff because this is very, very deep. They have things that happen to them and they were silenced. And now they done passed the torch down to their grandkids or granddaughter or grandson, divine feminine, divine masculine, and you supposed to be standing on business, and that's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See what I'm saying? So now, y'all remember how I said about the cursed bag of money? That's why he told you not to worry about this. Because they're all getting caught up with these cursed bags of money. Okay? Second house, resources. Y'all see that arrow through that poisonous apple that somebody ate? I'm just saying. Yeah. That's why they told you to focus on your passion and do what you need to do. Hey, Auntie. Because something is arriving here for you. Because retrograde, something got put under review here, and somebody didn't see this tower about to smack their ass and what they got going on here, right? It's like, y'all, something else that I've experienced in my life. Right at that moment that you're ready to give up and just throw the towel in, boom, here comes a blessing. I mean, just it slides right in on you. You're like, oh, okay, what just happened here? That spirit. And I've had that happen to me so many times in my life. That's why that faith of that mustard seed of faith that I carry, it trumps whatever somebody tries to throw, right? And I'll be sitting here and I'm like, okay, all right, listen now, I'm gonna let you just do whatever you think you controlling over here, but you ain't controlling a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever. You thought that you was controlling something, but I already know how my people rolling up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Look, animal guardian. Trust your instincts. And see, you could be something about the owl. You could be seeing crows, deers. Okay. Something about this, right? Your animal guardian is here and they're letting you know. They could be showing up. Y'all seen a crow the other day. And it was, yeah, and I was like, okay, something's about to pop off here. Then I seen another one show up. Anytime I see crows, I'm like, yeah, there's an ending, right? Everybody has like their own. When you see certain animals, like my soul sister was talking about the other day, when she sees vultures, she don't. That's a message, right? She knows some shit's about to go down. Just take heed to whatever spirit animal, okay, that is coming through or that you're seeing here. Because y'all remember when I lived out there in the country, right? Before me and my husband hit the road. Like what, 15, 17 days? That owl showed up. Y'all, that owl was warning me and my husband about something. And it was like, okay, what is this? What is this? Mm-hmm. And y'all see that owl in this motherfucking card, y'all, I'm telling you. I always see owls. Yeah. That's what I'm saying about a lot of these wills and inheritance and things like this. People don't understand. That's why I say release it, because I promise you it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back around. Everything has to go through a cycle and it comes back full circle. So it doesn't matter if they think they got this or this is they already done this, whatever the case may be. Yeah, it always comes back full circle. Period. But don't you worry yourself and put yourself in bad health and stressing out. You just keep working and focus on whatever, your spirit teams and your passion, right? Something about that is very, very important. Because a lot of times we worry and stress and you push it away. I need you to release that. And see, we're in this new moon going into Sagittarius. Today's what? The 18th, 2 days. Okay. I need you to write your release letters. Release whatever it is. Because you don't need to drag this shit in 2026 with you, anyways. This is the last new moon of the year, anyways. Utilize this. I need you to write down everything. If it's a 15-page letter, sis, bro, listen, write that shit down, roll it away from you, and burn that shit. Okay? Put it in the burn pile. Whatever needs to be removed from you, right? You don't need to take none of this shit with you. Because at the end of the day, you can't take it with you. Whatever it is, anyways, right? They thought they could take it with them. And then here comes spirit showing and saying, what you taking with you? You better hope you got your car. You better hope you got your kids. You better hope that you got your grandmama out of that house. Because what I said the other day about them not caring who goes. Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, y'all, this it's real life shit. High Priestess, I'm telling you, you are harnessing this mystic power here. And something about taking notes with intuitive messages under that full moon in Gemini that you got. And you held space for something. Be grateful in movement and action. I mean, graceful. Yeah. What's going on, babies? You're welcome, babies. They already got the name. They already know who it is. You're just going to put the nails in the coffin. Look, Skyfather. Look at Big Daddy. Trust in the unknown. Child, I can't make this shit up. Yeah. Medicine Mother. Honor your inner knowing. See, wintertime, taking care of your needs. I feel like you do, just to plant the seed, okay? Make the report so you will have, some kind of trail, right? Paper trail, things like this. Because that's really, really important. That's why I tell people, like, if you're being gang stalked, people like pulling up to your house, shit like that, document that shit. Take pictures, whatever. Make sure that you're documenting things, okay? Because that's really, really important. Because actually an officer did tell me and my family that they was like, well, if that's been going on, documents and stuff like that. You said what? You said my first message was too long. Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. Well, now, what I would do, I'd go back and check on that report. Yeah, in September. Go back and check on that report. Look, seer. See beyond the current situation. And see, collective, that's the problem here is for my seers out there, psychic mediums and stuff like this, we've already been on this timeline, okay? And we have seen shit, and folks thought we was crazy as hell 6 years ago. Call me crazy if you want to, but I seen a lot of shit that was going to happen, and I put the message out. Well, then they try to make the message disappear. Y'all paying attention? Peacekeeper. let go of the need to be right. So I was like, well, fuck it. Y'all done took all the messages down. But this is the thing, right? How you gonna take the messages down when I got them all written down? So what are you taking? They didn't want the naked eye to see what I had to say, right, collective? There's always a hidden agenda behind. Shh, they gotta be quiet. Shh, they don't need to know this. But see, there were certain eyes that seen certain things that was like, oh, VG, I seen that. I know it. And you started putting the puzzle pieces together. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Miss Christina, you want to do your your message in here? I seen where you posted. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's time for you to go drop that information. Exactly. Do y'all see what I'm saying? You can take the messages away. You can remove this. But can I tell you something? Nothing is ever really removed from the internet. I don't know who needs to hear that. But all a certain 3-letter agency got to do is go in there and say, go pull that up for me. I need to see this date, this year, this year. Boop, 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 boop. And everything's going to just come right back up. Okay. So that's what somebody's not counting on here. They thought that they was gonna delete and go get them new phones and bust them up and go do this and go get them a new phone service and how is your dumb ass go get a new phone but how right back on the same motherfucking Wi-Fi? You see what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Let's Christina, I'm gonna tell you something. Your sister real stressed out because she can't sign that dotted line. This is giving her a lot of anxiety. She does not know what to do. Okay. She didn't expect you to make it this far. I'm gonna be honest, because she wanted to make sure that she could control the narrative and control everything. And this is not the case. And life is about to serve her a piece of humble pie because she wants something so bad. She's about to get it. Because when you go put your name on that dotted line, sis, child, you know how many expenses she's fixing to have, and she's gonna have to do this and she's gonna have to do that. Child, she's gonna be bankruptcy before it's all over. But see, it was meant to happen just like this. You just sign your name on the dotted line and go on and just you can go on and have that and keep it moving, right? And that's really, really important. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Y'all hold on just 1 second. I'm doing a reading for Miss Christina here. But yeah. She's ready to sign up for something because she just sometimes spirit will give you exactly what you want. No, y'all are okay, y'all are good. But I just wanted to let y'all know. Uh but yeah, spirit sometimes will give somebody exactly what they want because they're just like just okay, I'm gonna keep doing this, and this, and then your spirit team hands it to them and says, here you go, you can have it. Then all of a sudden it comes with all these burdens. Then they got to take responsibility for stuff. And then they got to do this and they got to do that. They're like, no, no, hold up. No, that wasn't supposed to. No, that ain't how this is supposed to go. And your mama is pulling up and saying, yeah, that's how it is. Because see, that property over there takes a lot of maintenance, a lot of money to keep up with. And this is something that she does not have. First of all, she ain't responsible anyways. She don't even know how to pay a damn a light bill on time. Period. There you go. And you said, look, she's coming tonight at 5. It's about to be a change in her whole life. She about to be over here celebrating. Then all of a sudden she gonna get these unexpected bills. Is the house in foreclosure? Did mama owe taxes on the house? What's about to pop up for her? You see what I'm saying? Because in the past, Christina took care of certain things for mom. Have we been neglecting certain bills? That's why, yeah, you need to just go on and sign off. Go on and give her what she wants and watch confirmation. I can't make this shit up. We gotta understand 2026, baby, we ain't carrying nobody else's burdens with us. They bills, they burdens, nothing. You better figure it the fuck out, okay? Evaluating who you really helping. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really gonna be like a big underlying thing in the collective. It's like, who are you helping here? Are they trying to help themselves? Do you see somebody putting the work in, or do you see somebody just kind of skating by and, well, you know, if I get behind, I can call such and such. They gonna help me, but I can go spend this money over here and do this and do that. No, that's not how this works. And it's wild. It's like, no. I feel like overall, Christina, you had to do what you needed to do at the end of the day. Choosing yourself and getting yourself together. Your mama knew she could count on you. Regardless of what happened in the past, you know, you didn't hold that against your mother, you know, and she knew that. And you gotta let, hey babies, you gotta let your sister learn the hard way. Sometimes that's what we have to do with family members. You gotta let them learn the hard way. Cause like I said, it ain't no more fucking mornings no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody gonna keep talking to we're blue in the face. Motherfucker, I'm gonna stop answering the phone. I'm gonna stop giving it energy. I don't give a fuck. They call me cold-hearted, whatever. But listen, I'm not gonna keep on repeating a damn stupid ass cycle with you, and you know what the fuck you need to be doing. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Come to the light, Caroline. Get your motherfucking shit together. Cause don't nobody, y'all, we're living in a fucking, what the fuck? But do you see what I'm saying? It's like, what is going on here? See, that's, can I tell, well, I was talking about projections earlier, sis. People are projecting some shit they got and onto you. You see, and it's like, man, listen, I ain't even worried about that shit. Yeah, and it be your own people too. See, confirmation, Christine. It be your own fucking people, and they be out here gotten shit going on, and you like, what? What? Bitch, I've been celibate for 15 years. What you mean? I ain't even done. Hey, that's the funniest thing because I had said something about the divine feminine having somebody spreading reputation or rumors, getting a reputation of being a hoe, and bitch, ain't nobody even touched you. You like, oh, I sleep in the bed with my dog. The fuck you talking about? Like, what? I don't even have sex. That's a lot of y'all stories. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, and now the proof is coming out, and the motherfucker, they probably got the white coats going to somebody's house picking their ass up because they literally have been out here spreading that shit. Yeah. But Christina, I'm very proud of you. Like, you just, it is what it is. You've been through a whole lot in your life, and, you know, being in the foster care system and going through things like that is, you know, it's hard, but it taught you, you know, what you had to stand up, and you had to stand up for yourself. And in this situation, that's what you're going to do, is stand up for yourself. Because you about to sign off and give her a lesson that she ain't ready for. Okay? All right, y'all. I'll be right back. Let me know if anybody else needs a $20 mini rate, okay? Yeah, I'll be right back, y'all. motherfucker said who rebooted you. Hey, that. Yeah. You said nephew rebooted me. Auntie Kim, I ain't doing this with you. Auntie Kim, that person said who rebooted you. She said nephew. I ain't doing this with her.
Why you say I rebooted her for TT? What I do? TT with that bull.
Oh man.
TT, look. I told you I went murder one. Is it muted, babe? Babe, is it muted? Babe,
What?
is it muted?
No.
Oh.
The microphone's on. I can hear you.
Oh. TT, I told you. You like my haircut? Me and Babe went murder one with it. What's cracking, Marshall? TT talking about y'all too funny. Yeah, is TT talking about some I like the beard trim. Beard trim all fucked up. TT said I like the beard trim. It's fucked up. Yeah, it is. Looking like somebody I'll wipe your windows for $2. TT, what you cooking for Christmas? I want an overnight plate. You gonna bring me an overnight plate?
Auntie said she done sent the Christmas gift already.
She said what?
Auntie said she done sent the Christmas gift.
Oh, you did, but you weren't gonna tell me that you sent the gift, TT.
She said no ask for nothing else.
Oh shit. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Look, Hercules. Look. Look. You on camera. Look. Look. Quit wiggling your damn tail. You on camera. Look, you're on camera. You're on camera. They said, what's up, Hercules? Hey, y'all. Hercules. Wait, ain't it? Yeah, Hercules has been in 2 fights, y'all, since we been here. Man, he tore that. Well, I ain't gonna say he tore the pit up, but he beat the shit out that pit, though. Trying to run up on us.
Okay, y'all. Oh.
All right, we gotta go. Mama going back to work.
Oh yeah, baby. This is a new beginning. We done that when we was in Mississippi. Yeah, Auntie Kim will have to call and tell you about that. Yeah.
And Chow Chow came out.
You're welcome, babies. You're welcome, Miss Christina.
They said, what's
And he was just minding his business, and that other dog hopped out of the car without a leash. Yeah. See, collective, that is a confirmation, right? Your spirit team had a leash on you, just keeping you calm, cool, and collective, right? Just minding your business, and somebody jumped out and just started attacking you, right? And now here comes your spirit team, and they're coming in to protect you. And this is like a collective thing, though, right? And it's like, whoa, because more people speaking out with their stories, and you didn't realize that a lot of the collective, your lives are aligning and saying, you went through that too. Oh, but I was over here while that was happening. You was down there. You see what I'm saying? What I say about the chain link fence? It's like a chain link fence is coming down because it's like it's all been connected. That's why I said, like, really collective, we just been scratching the surface. One of my soul sisters got some information the other day, and it was like, what? Yeah, it is. But the thing about it is, the information she got also vindicated her from whatever this person was attacking her with. You see what I'm saying? Oh, okay. I know. Yes, that's exactly right. That's why I tell everybody, shit, be patient and let it flow. And look at the ocean. The water gods are talking. Goddesses and gods are talking right now. Full moon, completion of a cycle, activation with the wind. Mm-hmm. People don't have no love and compassion. So while you've been over here giving thanks and, putting offerings on your altar and, really showing gratitude, it's paying off, right? And look, radiation, summer salsa. Everything's coming to light. Y'all, it was a real interesting summer too. A lot of things was going on, but we had like 5 or 6 planets in retrograde for like the last 5 months, and they're coming out right here at the end of the year with this last full moon and this new moon that's coming. Right? It's like the big hoorah is happening here. So just think back for the last 5 months. Look at all the chaos and stuff that has been happening and going on here, right? And you're sitting here, you're saying, "Damn, VG, it is." I didn't know what was hidden behind that moon, and now everybody chatting about it, and it's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. And what did I say about somebody playing with these water gods and goddesses? I don't know what somebody done here, y'all, but they're pissed. And it's like, stay out of the way. Because that's the biggest thing. Once the truth has been revealed, we knew they was going to start acting reckless and doing certain things, right? So it's like, yeah, stay out of their way. Y'all remember, okay, a couple years ago, I kept telling y'all, don't fight these karmics. Don't fight them. Silence. Block them. Okay? Especially if you're dealing with a narcissist, do y'all know silence will it will rip them apart? You see what I'm saying? Because they need your reaction. That's what they need. That's what feeds that entity in them. Because they don't have no compassion. They're the victim. You're the one that done this. You made them do this, right? And you're sitting here and you're like, what the? How did I make you go and do? Chill, make it make sense. Bye. Get out of my face, right? And you could have been fighting a whole family of narcissistic ass people that was trying to control the narrative, and you just walked off, moved, left, threw the towel in, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna let you keep pushing that narrative, whatever, right? Now all of a sudden your narrative is blowing up in your face. Because now other people, okay, is putting puzzle pieces together and saying, well, you know, the Empress and the Emperor wasn't lying. What just happened here? The High Priestess already tried to warn us. And now that tower is smacked, and it's like, ain't no coming back from it. Because remember, when divine timing kicks in and that tower has to smack you, it hurts. It hurts real bad. And you got to rebuild, and you got to look at things and figure out what table you were sitting at and who was there with you. And once you start realizing this, it's like, whoa. Because collective, remember, all of us had an enemy or enemies sitting at our table at one point in time. And like the astrologer was saying the other day, it's hard for some people to look at that enemy in the face and say it was really you, right? But that's what's happening right now. Like, you've been that one the whole time, throwing the rock and hiding your hand. Yes. And that's why somebody always needed to live in that illusion as well. What did I say about getting your magical glasses? Baby, when you get them magical glasses and you start seeing people for who they are, that's the hardest pill to swallow, because it's like, whoa, have I been sleeping with the enemy? Have I been working with the enemy? Have I been friends with the enemy? Have I been over here sacrificing myself for my family that was actually my enemy? You see what I'm saying? But you was strong enough to face this and say, okay, that's what this is. Okay. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And somebody's mad because you just let this flow and you let this completion of the cycle just end, and something got activated here, and now it's like, I ain't finna fight you. I know my truth. Why am I gonna fight you for what? Let me get up and stay focused. Chad, I'm not finna fight you. What you thought this was? Period. Solitude. I'm gonna sit in solitude and mind my damn business. Deception and envy. Because I know what's going on. Mm-hmm. Positive movement forward is in reverse. And you had to have patience because you knew that you could not move in a positive direction here with people, places, or things, right? But you understood that. Look, material harvest. You had to focus on keeping your head above water. You had to focus on not being homeless, keeping your job, doing something here, keeping your business going, making sure your kids are safe, making sure something here. Something had your zero focus over here, and somebody was pissed because you're not going to fight them over here. Trapped in fear. You said, I don't fear nothing. I'm good. The only thing I fear is the Most High God. When that tower hits and them spirits come through and smack that tower down, yeah, okay. I'm going to be disciplined. I'm mind my damn business. Heartache and loss in reverse. You said, listen, if I lost that, it wasn't meant to stay anyways. And y'all, a lot of people can't accept losing things. Okay? People, places, things, whatever the case may be. Okay, babies. Just let me know what you need to pull on. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, I tried to tell you that this was gonna remove itself. Spirit always gonna remove things that cannot move forward, right? Or go into your future. And we've got people here that don't understand. Tap into that heart chakra. Start loving on yourself. Why did that have to end? A lot of people are about to find out the whys. Okay? And they're not going to be able to handle truth. Okay. You said a cousin. Her name's. Okay. No, she's okay. I see it, babe. I see it. Why do I feel like you need to go? You need to go back to some place from your childhood, maybe a home that you grew up in, and it's gonna bring back all of those memories for you. I just heard this cousin wants to destiny swap with you. Cause something about you being able to see as a child, there's something she don't want you to remember about what happened in the childhood. Something about the house, something about the basement. I feel like it's just gonna take for you just to go step and put your energy back on that property. Plant your feet there. Okay? That's gonna be very significant. You're welcome, darling. It's like it's gonna be a wave of emotions. You sit in that grass on that property because you know everything's rooted there, right? That's why we always say go and ground yourself. Everything's rooted in that property and what happened. Cause I remember me and my husband going somewhere, and I started remembering certain things. Cause I used to go there whenever I was a child, and it was like so many memories started rushing back to me. Right, at this place where we used to always go whenever I was a young child. Yeah. Do you have like some type of toy or item from your childhood as well? Because I feel like you can meditate with that and that's going to help you bring back some memories. Did you and this cousin grow up together in the same household with like a set of grandparents or something? Or a set of parents? Okay, that makes sense. like she always wanted to be the only child. She felt like they gave you more attention, they loved you more. Something about this, she could have some type of abandonment issues where she was dropped off on your mom and the grandparents, and she really, really hates you for this. Because she got that mother wound. And no matter how much your mom or the grandparents tried to love on her, she could have been like the disobedient one, when she felt like she was invincible. Nobody ever seen her. But she's looking at things wrong because they took her in because she needed a home. She's not looking at that. She's looking at everything that she couldn't get from her own mother. And this made her fall into a really dark place at a very young age. And she carries this hate and this resentment around with her, and it's something that she really needs to release. Mm. She don't want you to remember what really happened back then, because it's deceptive, whatever she's talking about. Something happened to that girl in college, and she's not telling. And I feel like she wants to put it off on your father, and that's not the truth. Hmm. I heard she goes around and does this to everybody. She like this is like that type of liar, sis, that would destroy somebody's whole life and put them in prison for the rest of their life for something they did not do. And this is that kind of liar you got to stay away from, because it's like you making up certain lies and saying certain things is the reason that victims of these type of crimes now are always being questioned. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Mm. It's some real deceptive type energy here. I know this energy because I had somebody around me like this, and they're dangerous, very, very dangerous. And that's why spirit is telling you not to fight with her. Because yeah, the movement is stopped, and focus on your own foundation. Because she can't play victim no more. Because she's not a victim. She's a liar. She's making things up and doing something here. Yeah, the star in reverse. She needs to go heal. And she's trying to keep from this change happening, but she can't control this. That's what I was saying earlier. People can try to control a lot of things, but they can't control the spiritual realm and the way that these spirits come in and drop these truth bombs, right? They can't control that. You can't go around ruining people's life with a lie and thinking that your life is, you're going to keep elevating, because that's not the case. That's like going in and trying to steal somebody's story, right? Yeah, it's a completion of a cycle. Ace of Pentacles here. I feel like y'all are going to be able to move forward. Yeah, and celebrate. I heard vindication. Because this person don't have no wisdom. It's all lies. And it's time for y'all to snatch your power back from this energy, because the truth is coming out with the Ace of Swords. Yeah, there's some bad news coming through. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Queen of Wands. Yeah, Spirit's telling you feel confident and move forward. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense too, trying to claim your life, Jules. Yeah. See, you just kept going through your transformation. That's why she wants to keep on twisting the narrative. Eventually, can I tell you something about a pathological liar like this that's real dangerous? They're going to trip up on their own lies. Because, see, they're going to meet an individual that is going to recognize something and call them out. Because, see, that's what happened in a situation, right, that happened in my life. This person, two people got called out and said, how is it that everybody's throwing you out of their house and they don't want you around? 3 different family members put you out the house, but you're saying that it's everybody else's fault? No. Why? What's going on here? You're the problem. You see what I'm saying? It's like accountability. She don't want to take accountability for some things here. And something happened back in college and she trying to put it over here, and that ain't what happened. I heard you sitting in fear about something, because if she says what happened in college, she's afraid of maybe who done something to her, their family, whatever's going on. You see what I'm saying? And it makes it easier if I put the blame over here. But it's like, no, like, come clean about this. Because how can I help you if you're not telling the full truth? Mm-hmm. And that's what's wrong with people. It's like, okay, say with your family and your kids, something happened to your kids, but they didn't tell you. But then they're going around telling people that you didn't protect them, you didn't help them. How the fuck am I supposed to help you if you didn't fucking tell me? What the fuck's going on here? Stop going over telling them fucking lies and fucking tell the truth. You see what I'm saying? How the fuck am I supposed to protect you if you ain't never sit down and said, "Hey mom, hey dad, this is what happened over here," and da da da. How is mom and dad supposed to protect you? How's your grandparents supposed to protect you? How's your guardian, your caregiver supposed to protect you if you ain't told the fucking truth? But now you're over here, excuse me. See, yeah, letting that shit go. I don't understand that type of, like, get it off your chest. Go tell the story. But stop lying and saying that I didn't try to help you whenever I did, because you know this story that you told over here is not making no sense. And then I'm finding receipts over here about some other things, and it's like, okay, well, what is going on here? Because sometimes the one that plays victim is really the abuser. I'm just saying. And that's what's happened in a lot of the collectives situations. Is the person that's playing victim is actually the abuser here, and they want this to be kept quiet, right? Something about this. And y'all remember how I was saying, like, it's okay to come forward and say, that you need some kind of what trauma counseling, recovery, fucking rehab. But instead, these people literally has dived into a dark ass place because they just keep on hiding shit. Because y'all know what? Some of these narcissists was abused as children. Sexually, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, by family members. And they have carried that with them to their adulthood. And it's like whenever they meet a dark empath, that dark empath can see. Exactly. That dark empath can see what that narcissist went through as a child. Did you have a narcissistic mother or father or grandparents? Somebody that they let things slide and they let things go on. And now this person, they're so embedded in this, and it's like you need to go get counseling. You need to go figure this out, right? Instead of trying to control the narrative and control how everybody else sees this or whatever the case may be, you got to go and dive deep and get to the root of the problem. Yeah. And y'all, a lot of people don't want to get to the root of the problem. This is how they've gotten by in life, is always being the victim. And now people are calling them out and saying, no, hold on, what's going on here? Because, see, this is the thing, is they put you through hell and you moved on, and now all of a sudden they're the victim because you cut them off. You're like, motherfucker, you're a liar. You ain't telling the truth about the situation over here. Why did I cut your ass off? Let's talk about it, right? Why did things end like it happened? Because a lot of us just walked off and didn't tell our side of things. And it's like now you're getting to a point where you're able to open your throat chakra and really talk about things. And it's like, I'm not suppressing my truth no more. This is why I ended this situation. This is why I walked off. And everybody's sitting here saying, okay, hold on. Whoa. We gotta. So this exactly that part. But collective, how irritated and aggravated have you been? And you walked the fuck off and said, I'm not fixing to explain myself about nothing. I don't have to. And somebody's like, see, that's what I'm saying. And it's like, no, let me tell you something. If I sit and I tell my truth, it's gonna break you. Okay. So listen, go over there, find something safe to do. And y'all they just wanted to keep on and keep on and keep on. And now it's like a volcano. It's a volatile energy. Right? Because now you got Mars is active. And it's like Mercury. You got Mars. You got Neptune. All of these planets are colliding together, and motherfuckers is over here bursting out with some truth, right? And it's like, hold on, what? Such and such did what to you? Why didn't you tell me back then so I could do something about it? I didn't know that was what was going on. Period. Yeah, and Venus. Mm-hmm. See, that's why collective you're sitting in a very peaceful energy and you're being protected because it doesn't bother you to bring things to light and cause a fucking storm and cause a tower. Confirmation. It doesn't bother you. And see, you could be in a relationship with somebody and you brought everything to light. You're like, listen, this is what happened in my past. This is what happened in my life. And this is the shit that I'm going through. And, like, you brought everything to light. So whenever somebody tried to come to your partner and tell them something, the partner sitting there saying, okay, they already told me that. Type shit, right? Like, yeah, they already put all their cards out on the table. They was honest about some shit. And that's why somebody wanted a commitment with you, right? Because they know that you can fucking tell the truth. Like you're not gonna hide anything. That's like when you know that there's some circumstances and situations that you're still dealing with. Somebody's monitoring for real. Two monitoring spirits. Uh, and it's like they respect that about you. Because if some shit starts popping off, somebody's not left in the dark. You've already informed somebody of some shit that's pouring over here. That's like if you know you're going through a divorce, right? Why not tell your future partner that's giving you this ring, hey, listen, I'm trying to get this stuff together. You know what I'm saying? Doing this and doing that, right? So you don't leave that person in the dark. They don't feel like they're being led on or misguided or anything else. That's why we always say, come in and be honest about what the fuck is going on in your life. Maybe I can help you fix it. Maybe we can close that cycle out together. Whatever. Like, man, I'm trying to tell you, listen now. That's why your foundation still staying solid because you're always coming in this solid ass energy and you ain't never telling no lie. You telling the truth, okay? Somebody ain't got good luck on their side, okay? Because you done broke through a fishy ass situation here and somebody can't gamble something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody here is going through a whole mountain of shit because all they want to do is live in an illusion. And you have let people live in an illusion that they want to live in. It is what it is, collective. Okay? I know that's right. Judgment. Now folks is up under judgment and they don't know what to do. Foundation standing strong, and now people want to come in and fight. You know what I'm saying? See, she want to do another reading. Sacrifice. Yeah, because see, she's trying to come in and she's trying to sacrifice. Is your cousin gay or bisexual? Cause why do I feel like something about her sexuality she don't want to be brought to light? Your cousin. I feel like they're bisexual. I feel like that they go and mess with the same sex and bringing this confusion energy back over here. And this cousin here could be in some. Yes, that's exact. I was fixing as you wrote the question and posted. I was about to say I feel like they was working against you, but the whole time they had been sleeping together. It's like, okay, so tell me this: when you introduce this cousin to a partner, to a new woman, weird shit starts happening. It's like she goes on social media, she starts following this person, she starts inboxing this person, talking to her. Mm. For some reason, this cousin got to stay in your inner circle. Because, and especially whenever it comes with your relationships, they need to make sure that you're not telling a partner something, expressing something here. Like, this is really, really weird. Excuse me. And this cycle is ending. Tell me about this energy or spirit. Who got pregnant at the age of 14 or 15 here? Did somebody give up a baby for adoption? Or is that what happened in college? She got pregnant and she gave a baby up for adoption. That's what I'm saying. And something about a baby too. Did somebody get pregnant here and like she knew that she wanted to be with the same sex, but she didn't want the baby? She gave the baby up. There's something deeper that's going on with your cousin here. And why are you always getting involved in my shit over here? And then you're saying trying to block your memory out, which that would make sense if she come to live with the grandparents where you lived at, right? Was she pregnant at a young age? And they don't want you to remember that she was pregnant and she gave the baby up and different things like this, because if she was older and she went into college, what was going on here? You see what I'm saying? Somebody could have got pregnant by a king of wands in reverse here, by a third party, and they don't want this coming back from what I'm saying. And it's like the more that you're reconnecting to yourself, you're starting to remember things from the childhood, and she don't want you bringing this up, because there could be a child out here that she gave up for adoption and she don't want the world to know. Because y'all know back then that was a thing, okay? People would get pregnant and didn't want to have the baby, and they would go give the baby up for adoption, and then the family would hide it and not say anything, and it was this shh. Or did a family member get her pregnant and she don't want this out because she's embarrassed? Was there some kind of incest going on here? You see what I'm saying? There's always multiple facts behind why they don't want you to remember things from your childhood. It has something to do with you or what you've seen as a child or something here. And see, you can't juggle this no more, because there is something that's very clear to you, and you're like, I see what's going on here. Listen, that's so wild that you just said that. Are you really your cousin's child that went off to college? Because how old was you when your cousin, your so called cousin, went to college? And that's really your parent, but they left you back at the grandparents' house. Because back then that was a thing. If some, that's why I said who got pregnant at 14 or 15 here. 1984 could be significant. 1982 could be significant. Okay. Do you remember how old she was when she went to college? Was she 18, 19, 20 years old? Because why do I feel like that situation is aligning with you? Mm. Like I said, gave you up for adoption, grandparents as foster parents. So was you giving up for adoption, and they're saying this is your cousin, but it's actually your parent. And she went on off to college and they kept you there and they raised you there. Do you see where I'm going with this? Gotcha. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Cause like y'all, like growing up, I remember three of my boy cousins always come to stay with us, right? And even as I become an adult woman, they come and lived at my house with me. But we all three lived together. We was all raised together. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy because it's like their mothers didn't want to have anything to do with them. So my dad let them come live with us, right? And even as an adult, we all lived in the same house together. We always just kind of like traveled together, right? And one of them, he's passed on. And yeah, it's and the other two is like they live. One of them lives out of state or whatever, but like he's gotten his life together. But you know what? All of us had in common, we was all addicts. And the one cousin that passed on, he had just got fresh out of jail, and they found him dead by the dumpster. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And them three cousins of mine, they was all raised in a abusive household. They watched their daddy beat their mama. Uh, Alcohol, lots of alcohol, and things like that. Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, so did she get pregnant at an early age, and then like her kid was there, and like you're picking up on this, and it's like, no, you ain't supposed to be knowing this. You see what I'm saying? That energy's there though, and it's just like, hold on, what is it that you've seen as a child that she don't want you to remember? And I think it's got something to do with her being pregnant at a young age, living in that household. You see what I'm saying? And and that would make sense because they don't want this communicated. Mm-hmm. But you know that one of them kids is hers. I feel like deep in within your spiritual being, okay, your vessel, you're like, I know that there's something, and why do you keep on interfering with something? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I hope you can get some clarity and move forward with that. Definitely, if you're not able to remember your dreams, when I first started this live, I said something about put mugwort under your pillow. It's a herb that you can buy from the herb store. Okay, just put some in a little baggie and put it up under your pillow and pray over it and ask spirit to show you in your dreams what it is that you need to see. Right, and hopefully that can help you get to the bottom of whatever this is. Especially with her sending something trying to like erase your memory. Cause it was some weird shit going on in that household, is what Spirit's saying. Lots of weird shit. And me and my oldest cousin, we had a discussion about like our childhood and stuff. And he disclosed some things that I didn't even know about. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, what? Because it was about going to an uncle's house, and the uncle tried to touch the boys, And they come back and they told my granddaddy, and my granddaddy shut them down and told him not to say things like that. You see what I'm saying? And I never knew that. And shit, my cousin, he's like 50 something now. And he told me about that. But now you kind of understand where their addiction come from, being abandoned by their own mother, and an uncle trying to touch them and things. You see what I'm saying? Like it's and then the abuse of father and the drunk in the house, and you see it was like all kind of trauma because it's a line of alcoholics, pedophiles, abuse that runs in the genes, right, in my bloodline. So that's three generational curses that automatically had to be broken. Was the addiction, was the exposure of the pedophiles, and things like this, right, and the alcohol and the coping mechanism, like all of that stuff, it had to end. You said it, hypnosis. Mm-hmm. And like y'all, it's almost like this was like the norm with the families. You know what I'm saying? If they didn't want the kid, they just drop them off to another family member or to another um, the grandparents or whatever. Because you remember we used to go to grandma's house. All your cousins would be there, and all y'all sleep on the floor together watching TV, and she be in there cooking, and some of them never left. You see what I'm saying? I remember my three boy cousins. Their mom ran off and left with the married man and took their daughter, took their sister, and she left the two boys. Well, one of them was her stepsons, but yeah, she left the other two, her other two sons, out in the streets, and they end up coming and living with me. And it's like I said, whenever we was a teenager, they lived there, and then also as an adult, they lived in the house with me. Because their mom was over there with her side piece lover or whatever the fuck she wants to call it. You know what I'm saying? With their daughter, with the sister, but they wasn't allowed to be there. It was, but all her lover's kids could be there. Y'all, it's so dysfunctional. It's so crazy. But I watched that growing up. Yeah. Well, Miss Lisa, welcome. These lives do kind of go deep sometimes, and it will trigger you. I ain't gonna lie, but sometimes it's things that we need to look deeper into, right? Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's it. And sometimes it's like when we sit back and you think about like your childhood and the things that was going on, yeah, it is triggering, but spirit brought you back there for a reason because there was a lot of other things that was happening that you need to zoom in on and say, okay, hold up, why was this family member here, and why did this happen, and why did this go, and then you going down a rabbit hole putting the puzzle pieces together, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, because it was like a whole family feud when my aunt left my uncle. You see what I'm saying? And it was like my dad got involved and took the boys, and it's like when the family split up, it was like, okay, so my dad got involved. He took the two boys and the stepson, which three boys, right? And she went her own direction, and she took the daughter, and it was like a whole feud because my uncle was trying to fight to get his girl back over here. My aunt didn't want to come back, and she was too busy over here fucking with these demons. You see what I'm saying, y'all? And it all started off her being the babysitter to this married man and his wife. But then she started having an affair with this man. See what I'm saying? And she fucked around and just left her whole family over here. And y'all, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy. And then y'all listen, this is another thing, right? My cousin that passed away, when he got older, he found out that my uncle really wasn't his father. Yeah. He found out he belonged to an Indian man that his mom had an affair with. Okay. And there was only four siblings that actually belonged to my uncle, two from his previous marriage and one with this aunt of mine, right? So he was like the oddball. He was the black sheep because really that wasn't my uncle's son. See what I'm saying? But my uncle still loved him as his own. But yes, later on when my cousin got older, he found out. Mm-hmm. Well, baby, that's what we here for. Ooh, my hand's starting to itch. There's some blessings coming. Okay, hold on, y'all, 1 second. Thank you, babies. I appreciate that. 333 on the clock. Thank you so much. Okay, yeah, y'all. I'm open for holiday readings too. Okay. Yeah, it is, man, y'all, and it was so crazy because my cousins had a real hard time. And we all went to school together, and like I've always wondered why my boy cousins was going through so much, but I just knew like they lived in the house with us. You're good, you can take it. Yeah. But I never understood it was because my dad knew they just needed they needed some love. They needed some comfort. They needed somebody to be there for them. Because while all this stuff was going on over here and them kids being abandoned and shit, you know, it because I looked at my cousins like they was my brothers, right? And that was the thing because we always was raised in the house together. Lisa, do you want to do a reading? Bree, I got you, love. Okay. Okay, so Lisa, okay, so listen, I have clients just like yourself. You can do Walmart to Walmart payment, and you can send it to Sherry Holland with a Y, okay? And just send me an email with the copy of the receipt, and yeah, I can go pick the money up. You don't have to have no credit card, sis. Yeah, you can do Walmart to Walmart. No, listen, it's okay, Miss Lisa. All you got to do is go to Walmart. If you want the 30-minute reads are 55 and the hour reads are 100. Just go and send, whatever it is that the hour reading or the 30 minutes that you want to do. And yeah, I'll be available tomorrow. Or if you'd like to do it this afternoon, just however you want to do it, just send me an email. Okay. And they're going to give you a long receipt, and it's going to have the reference number, and they'll circle with it for you, okay, on the receipt, and just take a picture of it and send it to me, and I can go pick the payment up. All right, Bree, what are we reading for? What question you got? Babe, put my email in the chat for me. You can reach me on my email right there. Yes, ma'am. Guys, if any of y'all, or if that's the only reason that you ain't like booking with me is because you don't have like PayPal or Cash App. Walmart to Walmart is something that VG does. Okay, yeah, you can send your payment to Sherry Holland. Okay, with the Y, SHERRY Holland, like the country, and I can go pick it up. And that's how you do it. Just send it to my email. Let me know and send the receipt. Okay. He's gonna make an excuse because he's getting ready to crash out. Is what Spirit's saying. That's why you're feeling that energy. Because sis, the circumstances with your babies. He don't really know how to take care of them. He's his pride and ego is getting in the way. Baby's lowercase. Okay? Sis, it's not uppercase like that. You won't be able to get in touch with me. Baby's lowercase. But yeah, you see what I'm saying? He's He's scared. He don't. His pride and ego won't let him sit down and be like, "Hey, Bree, you know what? Yeah, uh huh. Yeah, Penny. Yeah, y'all can go to Yeah, Sherry Holland. Send it to Walmart, Tennessee. Sherry Holland, and I can go pick it up. Okay, but make sure also when y'all do Walmart to Walmart, let me know the name that's on there. Okay, because when I go to pick it up, they're gonna ask me the name that sent it to me. Okay, make sure that's the name that you're using or that's on your driver's license. That's really really important too. Okay. But yeah, Bree, his pride and ego is like, well, I don't know if I can do this, but I can't tell her this, right? I feel like this is a grown man, grown woman conversation that y'all need to be having. That's why he's wanting to settle out of court because he knows that he is not equipped to take care of them kids. You always been there. You know what them kids need. You know what I'm saying. Listen, I ain't got to put it all out there. I feel like he just needs to accept what it is. It's okay if he can't do it. You can bring the kids over there for Christmas and y'all eat dinner and open presents. Why can't we just co-parent? Because at this point, we got to make sure the kids are safe. And if you don't know how to handle them or deal with them, that's okay. I'm here. You remember how you said you went to the park for the visitation? Same thing. See? But it's like his ego and pride won't let him step up and say, well, I can't do this. It's okay if you don't know how to do it. Shit, listen, sometimes we need assistance. That's what I was saying about this year. Going into this new year, people are going to have to start telling the truth about this, and I don't know how to do this. I shouldn't have put that on my resume. No, it's not. It's Vision Goddess Tarot 2021 at gmail.com. Everything's lowercase. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to be an asshole about it. You're just going to be like, okay, I'll bring the kids over there, And see, with mom being there, that's going to keep their energy balanced, and they ain't going to be running around acting all wild and him not being able to, take control of the situation, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, I feel like he's gonna make some kind of excuse. I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel like he coming to get them damn kids. I feel like he gonna lie, and it's got something to do with he can't do this and he can't do that. He ain't got the funds. He ain't got the gas, whatever. But it's really because he knows that he cannot handle those kids by himself, and then his family over here as well. Remember we talked about that. They feel like them kids are an embarrassment. Well, why are you gonna go over and bring them kids over here for Christmas? That's because they need to mind their motherfucking business. That's y'all's kids. You didn't lay in the bed with his mama, his daddy, his granddaddy, his sister, his aunt, whoever the fuck over here, all in y'all's business. Y'all made them kids together. Y'all got to come to some conclusion because it ain't about y'all at the end of the day. It's about them children. You know what I'm saying? These people be on some weird type of time. Like, oh well, we don't want them over here, but these other ones can come. Well, fuck if this one can't come, the other ones ain't coming. The fuck? What are we doing? Right? Lisa, I'll let you know whenever I get your email, babe. Hey, it's all good, sis. Oh wow, Bree, can I tell you something? This man is still in love with you. So anybody, any masculine energy that comes around you, he immediately, because the way he feels about you, he thinks everybody else feels that way about you. Does that make sense? I mean, listen, it could be the damn vendor, the hot dog vendor off the fucking street over here, and he's gonna be thinking, "Oh well, I know that you're gonna be with them." Because he's still in love with you. That's why he's acting like that. That's something, y'all, that I have figured out with these energies and reading them for so long. The only reason a person is so caught up with somebody like this is because, child, they still got some kind of love for you because they can't let this shit go, and then they find out you're in a new relationship or somebody new around you or whatever the case may be. Child, they losing their shit. They don't know what the fuck to do now because you don't let their ass go. Okay, you didn't play your part. What the fuck you want me to do? I'm supposed to just be the cat lady or the cat man and just fucking sit and be lonely and unhappy and think I'm finna just wait on you and do. No, who's doing that? People moving on. People want to be happy. Like, it ain't nothing wrong with that. That'd be the worst ones. It's when they already done married to somebody else and already had kids with somebody else and doing shit. Child, go get a mental health checkup, please. Yeah, please do that. Hey, Katie, I got your email. Okay, I'm gonna get back with you. You see what I'm saying? Mm. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, guys. Sis, listen, I was just out there smoking and somebody's car kept backfiring really, really hard. Okay. And it was like three or four, five times. It was loud as hell. Cause see, whatever happened with you, Bree, is backfiring. Everything that you said is what's going on. Okay, so Lisa, I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna give you an assignment. Okay, we're going into a new moon Saturday. Okay, I want you everything that you going through. I want you to write it down. I want you to release it. Okay, I want you to release everything. This ain't your burden to carry. It's time for you to release it, and we ain't gonna take this in 2026 with us. And on that paper, I want you to put, I'm calling for karmic justice, right? And then I want you to take it, I want you to fold it away from you and get all that energy away. And then I want you to burn that shit and let it go. Okay? Thank y'all for the gift. And let that shit go. And for anybody else that needs to hear that, whatever you're carrying right now, okay? I want you to write that shit down and I want you to release it and let that shit go. Okay? We ain't carrying none of this shit with us in 2026. We letting this go. Let them have that shit. Let it roll on. Let it go. Cause I promise you, every cycle gotta come back around. It always does. Exactly. Y'all, and also I want to say this. It don't have to be like a full moon or a new moon to do a release like that. You can do that release anytime. If you feel like something is nudging you or bothering you and like you're like, okay, spirit, I'm trying to let this go. What's go? Write it down. Your words is powerful, right? Write that shit down. Write it down with a pencil though. And something my soul sister taught me. Get you a brown paper sack. Write it down with a pencil. Roll it away from you and burn it because it's more potent, right? If you use that brown paper sack and that pencil. Yes, indeed. What's up, second shift? I know everybody's getting off work. It's I'm at what? It's 3:57. It's almost 4 o'clock. Yes. Call it all in. Put down on that paper what you're releasing, and then make a new list of what you're bringing in. Okay, and release it. Release it to the universe. Cause listen, you can't hold on to it. You gotta release all this stuff. That's how you manifest too. You gotta release it to the universe. Confirmation. Yeah, you're welcome. Guys, anything to make y'all's life easier and keep you from sitting in an energy of consistent worry, I want to help you get away from that, right? Because there was a time in VG's life, I was just sitting there worrying about an outcome, worrying. You see what I'm saying? And it would never fix anything. And finally, I'm like, man, listen, spirit, I can't sit and do this. Like, I need to let this shit go. And, I reach out to some people I knew, and I'm like, how do I release this? And that's when I started learning about release letters and burning things and releasing it and cleansing and doing my spiritual showers and spiritual cleansing and things like that, right? And I also learned not to give the entity or the energy no attention. I don't say certain people's names. I don't say none of that. Cause see, that's giving that entity or that place or them people or whatever, it gives them the energy, right? So I'm not gonna say their names. I ain't saying shit. I ain't saying nothing, right? I release their ass. That's it. You gotta go. And that's really, really important. Okay. Look, Neptune vision in reverse. Cause see, that illusion is over with. That vision that they wanted you to not believe in or whatever, now you see it ain't no illusion. So see, that's really, really important. Rebirth. Pluto. What else we got here? Yes, home. It's time to elevate and evolve. And if people ain't elevating and evolving, spirit is knocking that tower down. Like I was saying, a lot of people still living in the matrix and holding on to things where we don't release all that stuff. Because I know I can't hold on. Nothing from your past can go with you, right? That was a lesson. What lesson did you learn from that, right? And what is it that has to keep stay back here, right? Yeah, see, we're moving in this Capricorn achievement energy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Calling all your power back, calling all your money back, calling all your blessings back to you. From people, places, things, okay? Unknown places that you don't even know about. And you release that energy back to the universe. You see what I'm saying? Trust me, your spirit team is going to help you write that letter. Thank you, darling. I appreciate that. Yeah, Capricorn season is here. This is about stability. This is about achieving and really, really just moving forward. Mm-hmm. Yes, you're welcome, Penny. And see, listen, this is the thing. Let me tell you how powerful it is calling your energy back. If somebody's been stealing your creative energy and you call your energy back to you, okay, and all of a sudden you get this burst of creativity, you got to figure out what the fuck you gonna do with it, right? Because a lot of times people don't understand they've been harnessing your energy, and whenever you call it back, be ready to start working, start doing something, transmuting energy and things like this, because it could be so overpowering that you're like, oh man, you're ready to write a book. You're ready to go open up that studio. You're ready to start being a content creator. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, whoo, hold on, what just happened here? Because you called all your energy back. Have you been feeling drained? Have you been feeling like you can't get something off the ground? Have you feeling blockages and all of this stuff? Calling your energy back is very powerful. You need to be ready to put that footwork in, right? Because see, when you're putting your energy into your creativity, it's going to grow, right? So what we're looking at here, because you need to release some shit, Kay. Stop sitting in this. Because what you're doing is you're building up more trauma with that pain. Y'all know chronic pain comes from trauma, worrying, stress. It starts manifesting physical in the body. That's why you need to release this stuff. Start finding a more positive outlet, right? Yoga, meditation, the gym, writing, dancing. You need to learn how to move that energy. See what I'm saying? No, you can't. Because we can't change what they're going to do and this, and this. That, exactly. I don't do return to senders. Somebody else might, but that's not VG's way. I return it back to the universe with love, light, and healing because I want them to heal. And that's just, but see, that's my way of doing things. Everybody has their own way. I don't do return to senders, right? It is what it is, right? I can't control how God is going to handle them. It's I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but I know it makes sense to me, right? So I'm not going to fight this entity or this energy that keeps being sent. Now I'm gonna send you back to the universe and wrap you up in some love, light, and healing so you can get your shit together, right? But they couldn't carry out the mission. So you see what I'm saying? There's like Lisa. There was a young lady that commented on my video the other day, and she said, "Well, ain't nothing going right. Ain't this and it? This is not happening. That's not happening." And I responded in the another video, and I said, "Baby, you're alive commenting on this video. What do you mean ain't nothing happening? There was some kind of protection. You said you're in Washington. Jay, tell me what's going on in Washington with the levee breaking. Because, look, I just called on somebody to come in and tell me the story of what is going on in Washington and that levee breaking, everything going underwater. You said you're in Washington. Tell us about it." That is so wild. Y'all see how spirit responds. Listen, all I gotta do is speak it to the universe, and spirit brought me somebody that's in Washington. Y'all, I can't make it up. Thank you, spirit. That's that. And look, you gotta have that, especially with this spiritual warfare going on, baby. You know how many times a day that I give people to God. Cause I'm not finna argue with you. I ain't finna fight with you. I ain't mad at you. I have sacrificed so much for the peace that I have in my life now. You can't bother me. Jay, I'm sorry to hear that. Was it like what was going on days before the levee broke? Can you tell us about that? Like, was there kind of any kind of like signs that was going on? Something was telling you like, oh shit, VG, this is about to fucking go down. Like, or did they give warnings about something going on with the levees and everybody needs to evacuate? Was there like something like that was going on? Was there any kind of warning? Oh wow. So spirit got you out of there before this even happened. Okay. Look how man God works in mysterious ways. Got you up out of there and y'all, I want y'all to pay attention how certain things is orchestrated right during these holiday events. I'm just saying. Okay. And it's like you needed to go see mom, and that was you was like, okay, I'm gonna go on over here and see mom. Mm-hmm. God is good. You didn't lose your life. I know there was a woman on TikTok that was talking about that's her hometown, and she was like, "Y'all need to get to know God. Y'all really need, because like everybody in my hometown literally lost their everything." Okay, yeah, I'm telling you, because your spirit was guiding you. That's what that was. Say, listen, go on and grab this, this, and this, but you didn't know at the moment. And see, that's what I'm saying right there, Jay. That listen, I that when with me, when spirit gives me these nudges and say, okay, you need to go over here. Going to mom's house is what saved you. Yeah, you left your house, but at least you left with your life, right? Mm-hmm. Oh no, you're okay. You're all right. But see, can I tell you something, Jay? That's why God pulled you out of that mess before it hit. Cause something in your spirit was telling you I'm finna have to go anyways, and then mom pops up. You know what's so crazy, Jay, about you telling me your story about Washington is I literally was picking up on this a couple years ago, and I said somebody gets out in the nick of time before something happens, and they're saved. And now here we are on this timeline. And now I called this in when I first started this live. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Yeah, I seen what you wrote about New York. Uh-huh. And look, it's wild, look, that you're coming here because there was a man that I watched on TikTok that prophesied this like a couple weeks ago. He said, get off the coast. He said, if you live on the coast, anywhere around the United States, get off of it. He said, because there's going to be floods. It's going to be, they're going to be covered. Everything's going underwater. And then I seen this with Washington on December 16th, and I was like, oh, wow. Mm-hmm. So, y'all, you just think with the levees breaking in Washington, it's going to go down. Mm-hmm. He did. He called it. That man called it, and I felt it in my spirit, Jay. When that man was talking, I felt it in my stomach. I was like, this man is telling the truth. And if you think, okay, if that levee broke up here at the top, okay, it's going to come all the way down toward California, all the way down around with all these different rivers and waters and stuff like that. It's gonna come all the way. It's gonna trickle all the way down, and it's gonna come all the way around. Mm. Hey, hey. And that's a lot of water. And it's just gonna trickle down, and it's gonna come all the way, and it's gonna come in. You see what I'm saying? It's breaking, and they tried to keep it from coming in, but it's gonna come in, and it's gonna put everything underwater. Y'all remember? Okay, I've been saying make sure your foundation is firm. Make sure that you're sitting on a firm foundation and things like that. Is this what I've been talking about the whole time? It was just kind of like warning people, like, okay, are you around somewhere where there is a body of water that is not stable, or something's going on, or things like this? You see what I'm saying? And it's like, if you're around a body of water and there's a hurricane or a tsunami or a levee that could break or whatever the case may be, you need to get away from that. You need to get away fast, quick, in a hurry, right? Because I know there's a couple people that has said that they was yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Normally only 700 per seconds. 700 gallons of water per second that's being released since the levees. Oh, wow. They're saying that you need to come like inwards to the United States. If you're on the outskirts of it, where the coast is, okay, so you need to be coming on the inwards, away from the water. Oh, wow. And see, that's even worse if you got rain there, because with the levee broke, you already got all that water that's rushing downwards and inwards, right? And now here you are, if you have rain that's coming, that's really going to flood everything. Everything's going to be flooded. People need to be taking heed to this. These are major, major warnings that, and like I said, that's a blessing itself that you got the fuck out of there. Exactly. There it is. I'm telling y'all, listen. And it's y'all, it's so evil because it's like certain shit is being orchestrated right now. And it's the holiday season. You got people losing their whole foundation here. You remember how I said don't be laughing at people's uh storms that they're going through, because yours could be brewing, and it's like it's happening everywhere, and it's like, whoa, what just, yeah. I said December of 2025 was gonna be unforgettable. I mean, it was not, nothing was ever gonna be the same again. And now here we are with this situation over here with the levees breaking. Right. Well, Jay, thank you so much for coming in and enlightening us about what happened in Washington. And I am so thankful. I'm sorry about you losing your home, but I'm so thankful that you come out with your life, and you and your mom and everybody is safe. It's that's I mean, that is the biggest thing here. Going and seeing mom. Listen, it's like spirit took you exactly where you were supposed to go. And you probably was like, okay, VG, I didn't want to go back and live with my mama, but maybe there's a reason. She needs you there, and it's a blessing in disguise, right? And I am so sorry, and I just want to send some love, light, and healing to all the families out there that has been flooded out, and it's Christmas time, and the job losses and the hunger and things like that. Well, trust me. Now you'll find time to say that prayer. Okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. Mm-hmm. You have lots of blessings coming. I know this is going to sound really weird, Jay, but sometimes a ending brings in a whole lot of new beginnings, and you don't see that right now. But something about where you was living, okay, that wasn't, you wasn't supposed to be there. Everything's being wiped away, and that's because there's more things here. Thank you, babies, for the $10. Thank you. I appreciate you, love. Yeah, thank you to everybody that sends donations and stuff like that through Super Chat. I greatly appreciate y'all. I always try to hit the heart button and you know, for everybody and just show my gratitude, right? But yeah, Jay, I'm gonna tell you what. Sometimes these catastrophic events, man, will make you really sit down and think, like, okay, yeah, I lost all of this, but you know what? I still got breath in my body. Thank you, God. Like I'm still alive. Cause you know we got to look at like how many people didn't make it out and didn't get the warning, and woke up and their whole house was underwater and they was stuck. You know, yeah. Happy holidays, and you enjoy it with your mom and your family, and y'all be safe. And yeah, everything's definitely going to come back around. Well, you know what? We can't help financially, but we can help with a prayer. And can I tell you something? Sometimes that prayer is going to be a lot more than what we can help financially with. Because everybody's sitting in that energy of they're trying to do what they need to do and pay their bills and things like that. Yeah, always. Trust me, your spirit team already done showed up because they got your ass out of there. They said, come on now, let's go. Mm-hmm. But guess what? We ain't struggling though, y'all. Okay? You know, that's what I was sitting out there earlier. I was standing on my balcony and I was looking and I was saying, I'm not in survival mode because all my bills are taken care of. We got food in the cabinets. We got a soft bed to sleep on. We have a roof over our head. We may not have everything we want, but we have everything we need. And this is what it feels like not to be in survival mode, right? Um, and just giving thanks and showing gratitude because, like Jay and the people in Washington, they're sitting here saying, I don't even have no foundation. It got washed away. But I have my life, right? And y'all, that's really, really important. If you're having a rough time right now, I want you to go and I want you to look because somebody got it a lot harder than you do right now. Let's send prayers to them and let's sit in a grateful energy. You know what I'm saying? Of, hey, you know what? That could have been us right there. You know, yeah, is your bills paid? You got food on the table? What I tell y'all about Christmas? It ain't about what's under that tree, it's about who's around that tree, right? And at this time, we all need to be around that tree, hugging each other. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And see, there you go. That's the biggest thing is you was already in survival mode, right? So now my foundation is gone. Okay, well now I don't got to maintain that. Now I can kind of sit down and revisit what how I'm going to rebuild things. Um, not to pry or anything, but was you having problems making that mortgage? Was you having problems making that car note? Was something about your job not working out? And then it's like, boom, this flood comes and takes everything, and it's like, well, damn. Is that how some people's looking at this? Like, well, okay, Spirit, you just slid some burdens right down the street. Okay, look, what just happened here? Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, 2012. Do you see how that they were sending papers to foreclose on your home, but then the hurricane come and took it away? Do you see what I'm saying? It's hard to look at things, but then you go back and you're like, damn, VG, that was a blessing in disguise. Because, bitch, I was stressed out. They finna foreclose on my home, my car, all this is happening, having problems at my job, and then all of a sudden, here comes the hurricane. Washes everything away. And then the whole time you're sitting here saying, oh, okay, well, I guess we didn't need that house anyways, did we, right? Collective, you start to look at things so different whenever you've been sitting in survival mode and sitting in a problem and you're sitting here saying, man, what's going on? Yeah, age 16 and you're 40 now. That's it, yeah. Hey, I'm trying to tell you. Hey, y'all, listen, back in July, I didn't realize where I was at. I needed to get out of there, right? And Spirit picked us up and moved us, and then there was circumstances, and I had opportunity to go back, right? But something in my spirit, y'all, would not let me go back, right? Because Spirit don't move me from that situation. Me and my husband don't moved us from this. We was not supposed to go back. But the opportunity presented itself again. But it was cost way more money. Y'all, I couldn't go back. My spirit wouldn't let me go back. I was like, no, I can't. Thank you. I appreciate the offer, but I can't. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Sometimes shit will come back around and you already learned that lesson, because it made me sit and think how bad I struggled and how bad this was going on and that was going on. It was too much. I had too much on my plate and I could not take that on again. And it just helped me see the bigger picture. Then a blessing got dropped and it was like, oh, this is way cheaper. This is perfect, right? But that lesson, that devil that was trying to get deep in my pockets, come back around. I don't know who needs to hear this. Sometimes that devil is watching and they want to get deep back into your pockets. So it's like when that foundation gets ripped up, whatever. Now we gotta look back at some shit and say, you know what? I ain't finna put myself back in there. You said you was born in Tennessee? Okay. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome, Jay. That's why I get up every single day and I do what I do, because hey y'all, I've been in disasters myself. Y'all know what's so crazy is whenever Tennessee flooded, I lived in a mobile home park, right? And I lived up on this slight hill. Like y'all, it was like this big. My trailer was up here, right? Everybody in the back of me got flooded. Right? And the only thing I knew to do was go help, because they was riding boats over there trying to get the stuff out of their house and stuff. And like I was cooking in my house and I was letting people come and take showers and change clothes and just different things like that, right? Because that's the only thing I knew to do. Because literally there was only like 3 properties here in the front, and one of them was mine, that did not get flooded out. And I was so grateful, but I wanted to help. I wanted to reach out. I wanted to do what I could do. But after so many days, y'all, the smell of the water got so bad that these people couldn't go back. So the first 2 days, that's the only thing they could do was get whatever they could get out of there, right? And y'all, it's hard to watch people lose everything they have, and the only thing that you can offer them is a meal or a clean shower or a clean pair of socks, but sometimes that's all they need, right, to help them get through. And that's what makes a difference. That's like right now, there's kids out here that ain't gonna have no gifts. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Got you a RV, okay? And moving on up, right? But yeah, um, going and just doing the simple things, right? And maybe buying that little baby doll for that neighbor's child, Uh, maybe buying that little race car for that little boy, you never ever know how that's gonna change things because that parent may not even be able to buy a damn thing, but y'all, let me tell you, some people don't receive that very well. They get upset. I seen a friend of mine a couple years ago was having a hard time, and her daughter really wanted the Barbie doll house, and me and my husband was out, and I was like, look, there it is. I was like, that's what she wants for Christmas. So I called her mom. Y'all, and I've been knowing Chick for over 20 years. Like, we grew up together. Y'all, she did not receive that very well. Like, after I bought her daughter that gift, she was so angry with me. She stopped talking to me. Like, she didn't want to have, and it wasn't even about her. It was about the baby girl. But I seen that they was having a rough time, and I was like, well, can I buy her this dollhouse? Really, y'all, the bitch wanted to say no. The bitch should have said no, okay? But the bitch said yes, right? And I'm like, this ain't about you, bitch. This is about the baby girl. She wants the fucking dollhouse. Let me fucking buy it for her. Damn. You don't have to be a salty bitch your whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? That's what I'm saying. People don't know how to receive shit. Like, it's weird to me. That don't make no sense to me. If I'm having a hard time, my homegirl comes in and says, listen, I'm over here and I know that your daughter, she wanted this favorite doll. Yes, sis, can you pick it up for her? Thank you. I appreciate you. Mm-mm. Y'all see what I'm saying? But these are the kind of spirits right now that are sitting down and being humbled. Like, I did that shit out of the kindness of my heart. I wasn't doing it for, clapping of the hands, or I didn't have my fucking camera on talking about, well, I'm over here in Walmart buying this and doing this. Y'all never, not once. And that person stopped talking to me. When they still don't have shit to do with me. But let me tell y'all the lesson that I missed with that. Weeks before that, she sat out on my back deck while we was having a cookout, and she told me how she felt about me because I've known her since childhood. She said, "Oh, you always been a spoiled little bitch. You always got what you wanted." Y'all, I dismissed that, and I'm like, then I started thinking, and I was like, damn, like that's what you think about me because my daddy's love language is money. He always gave me what I wanted, right? But never gave me a hug, never told me he was proud of me. See, people's love language is different. And she was raised in a household where they struggled for money. And in my household, we didn't. Exactly. See, so now as a grown woman, my love language ain't money. I don't want money. I want emotions. I want love. I want you to hug me. I don't care about that, right? But that's what she cared about. And she was so upset that I wanted to give to her child, and I'm like, what is going on here? Because she's still stuck in that mind frame. I wasn't worried about how much it cost. I wanted to make the little girl happy. Hmm. She sure did. Yep. And she would beg to come to the house, and like, y'all, it's so bad because yes, she stopped letting baby girl come to our house, started telling her bad things about us and stuff. And y'all, it really broke my heart. I was like, you know what? That ain't right. And y'all, listen, this is the kicker though. She named her daughter after me. She has my middle name. And on top of this, y'all, this little girl is gifted. She's a seer just like I am. And baby girl can see. She told me things about my childhood that I didn't even know, right? And I was like, wow, she's so gifted. And at some point, her mother reached out to me and said, can you help her control this? So, I brought her to the house and I was teaching her how to ground herself and, things like that because she's so young and she's so tapped in. Her little soul is so pure. Y'all, she sees everything. And yeah, and I was trying to help her and be a guide for her, right? Y'all, I don't know what homegirl had attached to her, but that demon, it was on her. Hated my ass and wanted her to get away from me, and she took that child out of my life. And it's just, it's sad. And she would still sneak down to the house and see me. She'd say, "Well, I gotta go before they get off work. I can't let them know I come here to see you." And y'all, it's sad. Why do y'all use kids like that? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and I always said, I was like, man, that child right there is going to be the reason that they have a wake up call. Because she's very, very gifted. She was just like me whenever I was a little girl. And it's just real strange. And the last time that I talked to her, she was like, yeah, she was like, I go to church. She's like, I'm not allowed to carry my crystals or I'm not allowed to talk about stuff. And yeah. Mm hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's it, chosen. When you're right. But I was like, damn, it was like it triggered her though. Whenever I bought the dollhouse, it was like, ooh, hold on now. I'm like, damn. Um, yeah. But listen, we got the internet. She still be checking up on me. I see her all the time. She'll pop up in the people you may know and stuff like that. Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah, story time is always important, right? Because it's things that we've been through, right? And you might have been through the same thing. But y'all, I never knew that my friend from childhood hated me so bad. I never knew that. And all her kids started coming toward me and I'm like, okay. So it caused a lot of chaos. One of her oldest daughter came to me and I doing a Reiki session on her and to help her heal some childhood trauma. And then I understood. I understood and I backed off and I was like, okay, there it is. Yeah, they do. And yeah, and y'all, ever since that day, I just been praying for them children, and that's all I can do. Cause the oldest one helped me understand clearly what the deal is, and I was like, whoa, cause it's deep. There's way more layers here than just childhood trauma of the mothers, but of other things and circumstances, right? So, you know how they say you got to pick your battles? It was that type of situation. It really was. And I was like, oh, okay. Mm hmm. Yeah. That's what she did. Like, whenever I done a Reiki session, bless her heart, she laid there and went to sleep. And I woke her up and I was like, how are you feeling? She's like, oh man. She was like, that helped. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Oh, you're okay. That's why collective, I always say, I don't take things personal. Like, if y'all come in my comment section and you was triggered by something, I don't take it personal, right? Because I might have hit something on you, and then whenever you come back, right, and you watch it, and you're like, because I've had some of y'all be like, hey, VG, I am so sorry. Like, I got triggered. It's okay. See, that's what I'm here for. Sometimes we just need to change our perspective and look at it like, okay, that's what I wasn't seeing. Because a lot of times we hold on to the pain of what happened, but let's understand why it happened. Let's see, but that's the empath in me, right? I can see the other side of things. So I don't carry anger or madness or revengefulness in my heart, like, because I want to see the other side of things. Why is it that you snapped off like that? What is it that happened here? Because y'all, a lot of times we've been through things with people, places, and things. It was normal to them because that's what happened to them. So it was passed down. So this is where it stops with us, right? We're like, no. Divine Film 82. Yes, they do. Can I tell you something? People love you and your gift until you can see through them. And you sit here and you like, how did we switch up like that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Especially if you have come from a very rough background, um, with your childhood. Because I've had certain people come on here and they're like, "Well, I had a good childhood." Okay. So what toxic trait did you pick up from a parent then? Was you good enough for that parent? Was what happened in your household that you didn't know anything about? You see what I'm saying? Because some people grew up in they thought was normal, but it was really actually a toxic fucking environment, and you don't even realize it's toxic because nobody got hit or nobody was molested or things like that, right? But there's different forms of abuse and dysfunctional families and toxicity, right? And it's like, oh, VG, I didn't know that was toxic. Well, hell yeah, it is. Just because there was no physical abuse, was it emotional? Was it spiritual? Was it financial? Did you feel like you just wasn't never good enough for that parent? And you always had to show up, and they never looked at you and said, "Hey, you know what? I'm proud of you. That's you did a good job." Things like that. Because now that's turned into mental and emotional abuse, right? And it's like there's different types of dysfunctional things. Some of us just had it deeper than others, right? And we didn't recognize it until we started having kids, and we're like, well, yeah, you can't go over there to grandma's house when that certain person's there. Mm-hmm. Then your kids are starting to ask questions. Well, why can't we go over there? What's going on? Then you're dismissing it. Then you're avoiding it. Then you're like, I don't want to talk about it. See what I'm saying? So now your kids are asking questions. So it's easier to be honest with your children than to hide it from them. We have got to stop sheltering our kids from what happens in the world. Because when their ass gets away from you, they're going straight on this phone and they're seeing it. So you're really not sheltering them. Somebody else is telling them. Somebody else is informing them. And then whenever they come with the hard questions, now all of a sudden you want to get mad and you want to be angry at them. You can't be angry at them kids for asking those type of questions. You should have just kept it real with them from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like they shouldn't have to go find out from somebody else. That's why they always, they push the narrative about divorce is really bad on kids. Uh, are you sure about that? Some of them kids don't like y'all's asses being together. They get sick of y'all's childish ass arguments, fighting, and not having no peace. So how is a divorce a bad thing whenever the kids even agree that y'all are like oil and water and you need to get the fuck away from somebody? But you don't ask the kids, right? You're over here and you're like, no, I'm just gonna stay. I'm just gonna stay. And the kids is like, Mom, Dad, can y'all just because they're outsiders, like they're looking in and saying, what the fuck are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? And you're hurting the kids more than you are helping them by staying in a toxic family dynamic or friends, or if that's just a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever the case may be. Like, so instead of addressing it, one of the kids is like, all right, I got to get out of here. So then they go to the other parent. Then you start having all these problems. And it's like, well, if you'd have listened to the child in the beginning, they know. Yeah. Because don't nobody want to be around that toxic ass dynamic and shit like that. And then them kids carry that shit on. And then once they get old enough, they're like, well, yeah, I don't want to be around this. I don't want to be around them. And y'all, I'm speaking from experience. Because see, that's what's happening with one of my older kids is the truth is finally coming to light. And my child keeps their distance from certain people, places, and things. And I can't be mad at them because I'm like, I understand it, I get it. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I keep my distance from it. So it's like the kids these days are waking up and following the parent that distance themselves from the dysfunctional bullshit. And then all of a sudden now you're the bad parent. No, the fuck I'm not. I just want my peace. We're not gonna do this. I can't. I'm not gonna control the situation, but I can control how I react to it and stay the fuck away from it. That's why every family function and things like this with these holiday seasons ain't for everybody. Cause we ain't gonna be sitting somewhere where we're being tolerated and not celebrated. I'm not finna go in a room full of people that I know that hates my ass and not like me just to make everybody else happy. No, we ain't doing that. That's it. All right, collector. Do I got anybody else that needs a $20 mini read? If not, your girl got to get some food. I gotta eat. Okay. Whew. I have been here 3 hours and 20 minutes. Okay. Guys, I am open for personal readings. Like I said, if you don't have a credit card and you would like to book a reading with me, you can go to Walmart, Sherry Holland. Send it to Sherry Holland, Tennessee, Walmart to Walmart. Okay. Make sure that you email me. Okay. And give me the information. And I got to know what name you're using. Okay. And I need that number on there. Okay. For your receipt. Yeah. That's it. Listen, respecting people's boundaries and their choices is the biggest thing. And that's what I did with one of my older kids. I respected. I was like, shit, okay. Because see, this is the thing is I'm the lenses. I put the lenses on their face they're looking through right now. And I know I'm like, hey, listen, I know the error of my ways was real bad. And I know where I had to take accountability with the toxicity and things like that. And I had to take accountability for that, right? So I can't be mad how they feel about that. They have their own feelings, and I have to respect that. And collective, a lot of people want to tell you how to feel in a situation where you was hurt. Because at the time, I felt like I was protecting them, but it was actually hurting them. Staying in situations, right? And you don't realize how you're affecting your own children because you are deciding you think that it's protection, but really you're affecting them, right? And then that right now is a huge thing. It's like people are starting to understand like you help put some of that trauma in action by staying in situations because that's what you was taught, right? And that's the narrative they push. And it's like I am so sorry. I did not know that I put you through so much by just staying here and doing this because that's what I was taught. So now we got to unlearn that behavior, but you can't beat yourself up for it. Shit, you've been this age one time, collective, okay? I don't know who needs to hear that. And also, I'm going to say this. If you have grown kids and they're making decisions, you cannot carry that guilt. That's not yours to carry. You taught them kids right from wrong. They got their own mind, their own body, their own soul, and they're gonna do what the fuck they want to do. And you cannot carry that guilt of decisions they're making, cause they're gonna have to fall. And trust me, whenever they're ready, they gonna come. Okay? You can't force nothing on these kids and do this and do that and trying to control the narrative. You gotta sometimes let them fall and hit rock bottom, and you can't carry that guilt for them. You know, I don't know who needs to hear that right now, but that's really, really important. You've done your best. That's all you can do. Now they're grown. They gotta make their own decisions, you know, and it is what it is. Okay? All right, y'all. I'm going to eat. I love y'all. Talk to you soon. I'll probably put out another message later on tonight, okay? But yeah, I'm finna get some food and relax. Talk to you later. Thank you, guys.